your medication, your portable charger, your favorite lip balm, even the homemade cookies you pack for your grandkids. All of these could be confiscated at TSA security in 2026 under new enforcement rules. Not because they're dangerous, because the regulations just changed and most travelers have no idea what's now on the banned list. The TSA updates its prohibited items list every year, but 2026 brings the most aggressive expansion in 2 decades. 8 items that currently pass through security without issue will trigger automatic confiscation starting January. Why the sudden crackdown? First, lithium battery incidents on aircraft have doubled since 2022. Second, new CT scanning technology can detect threats the old X-ray machines missed. Third, international aviation authorities pressured the U.S. to align with stricter global standards. The new rules don't just apply to obvious weapons or hazardous materials. They target everyday items sitting in purses, toiletry bags, and pockets right now. Items you've flown with dozens of times before. Once these items get flagged by automated scanners, there's no negotiating. The agent takes it. You don't get it back. The first item on the list catches more travelers than any other. Item 1. Power banks over 100 watt-hours. Portable chargers have become essential travel items. Nearly every traveler carries one. But starting in 2026, TSA is strictly enforcing watt-hour limits that most people have never heard of. The new rule is simple. Power banks over 100 watt-hours are banned from carry-on and checked luggage. Between 100 and 160 watt-hours requires airline approval before you fly. That high-capacity power bank you bought to charge your phone multiple times, it probably exceeds the limit. A standard 20,000 milliamp power bank at 3.7 volts equals 74 watt-hours. Safe, but many newer fast-charging models push 120 to 160 watt-hours. Those get confiscated immediately. The watt-hour rating is printed on the power bank, usually in tiny text on the side or bottom. When your power bank gets flagged, it goes straight into a disposal bin. No exceptions. Replacement cost ranges from $30 to $150. Check your power bank right now. Find the watt-hour number or calculate it yourself. Milliamp hours times voltage divided by 1,000 equals watt-hours. Yet if it's over 100, leave it home. But power banks aren't the only battery-powered item facing new restrictions. Item 2. Medications without proper documentation. Prescription medications have always been allowed through security, but 2026 brings new documentation requirements that catch seniors off guard. The rule specifically targets controlled substances and liquid medications over 3.4 ounces. You must now carry a current prescription label, a doctor's letter, or pharmacy documentation that matches your ID exactly. Pills in unmarked containers or weekly pill organizers no longer pass inspection. TSA implemented this after a surge in smuggling cases. The new CT scanners can identify pill composition, and discrepancies trigger confiscation. Many seniors transfer medications into daily pill boxes for convenience. Both unmarked containers and pill organizers now violate the rules. When flagged, TSA contacts a pharmacist to verify your prescription. This takes 20 to 40 minutes. If verification fails, the medication gets confiscated. Keep all medications in original labeled bottles. If you use a pill organizer, carry a printed pharmacy list showing all current prescriptions with dosages. Take a photo of each prescription label and store it on your phone. For liquid medications like insulin over 3.4 ounces, carry a doctor's note on official letterhead stating medical necessity. But medications aren't the only health-related items under scrutiny. Item 3. Smart luggage with non-removable batteries. Smart suitcases with built-in charging ports, GPS tracking, and electronic locks have become popular with travelers. Starting in 2026, any smart luggage where the lithium battery cannot be physically removed gets banned from carry-on and checked baggage. If the battery is hardwired or sealed inside, the entire suitcase gets confiscated. The reason? 3 mid-flight lithium battery fires between 2022 and 2024 trace back to smart luggage and cargo holds. The FAA determined non-removable batteries pose uncontrollable fire risks. When your bag gets flagged, you have 2 choices. Remove the battery on the spot or surrender the entire suitcase. Most travelers abandon bags worth $200 to $500 because they can't detach the power system. Check if your smart luggage has a removable battery compartment. Most newer models have a small panel with a release button. Test it at home. If the battery doesn't come out easily, replace it with a compliant model. But smart luggage batteries aren't the only lithium-ion products facing restrictions. Item 4. Loose lithium batteries without protective cases. Spare lithium batteries for cameras, laptops, and other devices have always been allowed in carry-on bags. But 2026 introduces strict packaging requirements most travelers ignore. The new rule requires each loose battery to be in its original retail packaging or a protective case that prevents metal contact. Batteries thrown loose in a bag, wrapped in plastic bags, or secured with tape no longer meet TSA standards. Why the change? Loose batteries touching metal objects like keys or coins can short-circuit and ignite. The TSA documented 47 battery fires in carry-on bags during 2024. When screeners spot unprotected batteries, they confiscate all of them. A 4-pack of camera batteries costs $60 to $80 to replace. Purchase battery storage cases before you travel. They cost $5 to $15. Alternatively, keep batteries in their original plastic packaging. If you've discarded the package, cover each battery terminal with electrical tape. Check your camera bag and electronics pouch right now. Any loose batteries need protection, but batteries aren't the only item where packaging matters. Item 5. Oversized liquids in carry-on bags. The 311 liquid rule has frustrated travelers for nearly 20 years, but 2026 brings aggressive enforcement at airports still using old scanners. Here's the confusing part. Some airports with new CT scanners allow full-size liquids. Others don't. You won't know which type your airport uses until you're in the security line. TSA agents at airports without upgraded technology are now confiscating any liquid over 3.4 ounces with zero exceptions. That expensive face cream or full-size shampoo goes straight in the bin. The only safe approach is packing as if the old rules still apply everywhere. Keep all liquids under 3.4 ounces in a clear quart-sized bag. Better yet, switch to solid alternatives. Shampoo bars and solid deodorant don't count toward liquid limits. Check your airport's website before you fly. Some list whether they have CT scanners installed, but liquids are predictable compared to this next category. Item 6. Expanded self-defense items. Pepper spray, tasers, and pocket knives have always been banned from carry-on bags. But 2026 expands the definition of self-defense items to include objects most people don't consider weapons. The new list includes tactical pens, Kubotan keychains, walking sticks with metal tips, and heavy-duty flashlights marketed for self-defense. If an item is advertised as having dual purpose for personal protection, TSA now classifies it as a weapon. This catches seniors who carry canes or walking sticks with weighted handles. If the cane has a metal tip longer than half an inch or a dense weighted top, it gets flagged. When confiscated, these items cannot be mailed home from the airport. Before you pack, examine any keychain tools, pens, or walking aids. If the product description mentions self-defense or tactical use, leave it home. Standard medical canes without reinforced tips remain allowed. But self-defense items aren't the only everyday objects facing new scrutiny. Item 7. Certain food items. Solid food has always been allowed through security, but 2026 brings new restrictions on specific items that blur the line between solid and liquid. The new CT scanners flag creamy or spreadable foods as potential liquid threats. Peanut butter, soft cheeses, jams, yogurt, and hummus now fall under the 3.4-ounce liquid rule, regardless of consistency. Homemade baked goods also face increased scrutiny. Dense cakes, pies, or bread can trigger manual inspections because they obscure scanner images. International agriculture restrictions are also tightening. Fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and certain nuts get confiscated at customs. Stick to individually wrapped solid snacks like granola bars, crackers, or dried fruit. Avoid anything spreadable, creamy, or homemade. If you must bring restricted foods for medical reasons like diabetes management, carry documentation from your doctor. But food restrictions pale compared to this final item. Item 8. Electronics that won't power on. This rule has existed for years but is now strictly enforced with zero tolerance. If your phone, tablet, laptop, or e-reader cannot power on when a TSA agent asks, it gets confiscated immediately. Dead batteries equal suspicious devices in TSA's assessment. Once flagged, the item doesn't go through. No exceptions. Charge all electronics fully the night before travel. Carry a portable charger in your personal item. Test each device before you pack it. If a device dies while waiting at the gate, find a charging station and get at least 10% battery before boarding. TSA agents randomly select devices for power-on checks. If yours won't turn on, you'll miss your flight or lose the device. These 8 items represent the most common confiscations coming in 2026. But they're just the beginning. These 8 items are just phase 1. The TSA's classified 2027 expansion list leaked to aviation security consultants last month. It includes a 9th category that would ban certain types of charging cables, wireless earbuds with specific battery configurations, and even some reading glasses with integrated technology. The proposal is still under review, but implementation could happen without public notice. Just like these 8 items, the first most travelers will hear about it is when an agent pulls the item from their bag. The question isn't if more items get added, it's how many. And how soon you'll discover your everyday items are now banned.